my lovely friends. It's Christine Trainor here talking to you from New Westminster, British Columbia, Canada. And how are you doing today on this 9th day of March, the 9th day of the 3rd month of the new decade? Ooh, I said it today. And here today, what are my daily thoughts today on Motivational Monday? I want to share about courage because it's a new thing that's really popped up in my life more now. But I thought I wanted to talk about it today because you know what? I'm gathering the courage today, even though I'm not understanding it fully, to share it anyways. That's what I think is a lot to do with courage. So let's get started, right? Oops, I dropped something. Give me a second here, guys. First thing I want to say is the word courage is the ability to do something that frightens one. Strength in the face of pain. Bravery, valor refer to qualities of spirit and conduct. Courage permits one to face extreme dangers and difficulties without fear. To speak one's mind by revealing one's heart. To speak honestly, act honestly. You tell your story even at the risk of being rejected, ridiculed, or misunderstood. And there's two types of courage that seem to be resonating with me. And the first one is physical courage, which means bravery at the risk of physical harm or death, right? Or the second one, social courage, being willing to show your true self even if it risks social disapproval. And that's a good one for me right now. This is a new thing for me. And why I wanted to share about courage today, because it also means openness to new experiences, interactions with people. When you think of it, you can change your lives, having the courage to create a beautiful culture of courage, right? I'm reading this as I wrote it down. And it all starts with simple acts, producing micro changes within the social system and environment of where you live, right? So anyone can be the catalyst to change. Starting on a micro level and work your way up till your courage will spread further, create a beautiful effect in your life. So these is a good example about courage. Now I'm going to share with you an example of how I've been more courageous within my life without me knowing it. But I want to share these things because courage to me, what courage means to me is always stepping out of your comfort zone and going further in your life. Still, you may have fear, but every time you step out, you learn new things, you try new stuff, you are creating, like I said, I like the idea of simple, small acts with courage to create a life for yourself that might expand your knowledge, your understanding, your skills, becoming more successful. And courage is the key to it. Hey, Justin. And why I want to share this with you today is because basically my courage started when I first had my son. When I became pregnant, I was scared to death. I kid you not, scared to death. Can I be a good mom? Will I be able to be a good mother? But you know, once I had my son, my father stood by my side and helped me with my courage. And he guided me to help me rear up my son. And now my son is 37 years old. And I must say that was a beautiful experience. And it continues on to be a beautiful experience in my life. Showing courage to my son and sharing my life with him and helping him and guiding him still to this day. And the second thing I think that was courageous is when I decided with the help of a friend to become a sheet metal worker, working in a sheet metal shop. And I actually did it for 8 years. But when I first started, I went, sheet metal worker? I'm a woman. But you know, I thought I needed to try new things. I needed to meet new people. I had to do something new. And the income wasn't too bad. And I was in my late 30s. And so I thought, you know what? I'm strong enough. I'm having a variety of jobs. So I'm going to do it. And so for 8 solid years, I was a sheet metal worker. I did a variety of things in the sheet metal shop. And I worked. And I learned. I met wonderful men. Hey, Dwayne, how you doing? And they helped me, guide me, and understood about the sheet metal world. Because believe it or not, it was a fun experience. And I did it for 8 years. Then after that, the next courage for me was to try a new thing and do a little bit of something totally out of the thing I never really did in my life. And that was go into direct marketing with some friends and then with my sister. And that's totally something I never did in my life. But I thought I had to step out of my comfort zone. I had to learn new skills. I had to drive myself to learn new things. And that's where I learned more on the computer. And then I think the next courage was to stick to a routine, to exercise on a daily basis. And I was scared to do that. I kid you not, because I was at my biggest a few years ago. And I thought, I don't know if I can do this. Maintain exercise every single day. Are you kidding me? And I was actually scared. But my sweetie helped me buy a recumbent bike. And he said, let's just do it. And I said, ah. So I read things online. I learned a little about how I could go about doing it at a certain time. And I learned about how the best time to exercise. Believe it or not, I exercise off and on during the day. It depends. But when I first started, I kid you not, I was scared to death. But I knew I had to take the courage in the next step in my life, because I was in my middle 50s, right? I knew I had to get strong. So I did it. And now, believe it or not, it's a struggle still to this day, but I get up every day and I go on my recumbent bike and I exercise. And I've showed that courage to myself every day. And then the last thing that became more courageous, when I started a new path in my life, and I'm still doing it 19 months now, when I decided to go on social media marketing. And that was brand new. That was a scaring thing for me to do, because I didn't think I could try this. But you know what? We have to go out of our comfort zone to learn and grow and understand and become successful in whatever we want to do in our life. So that's what I did. And then the next scary thing was to start to do lives. And I've been doing lives now for 19 months. And I started in September 2018. And it was just a simple live of a passion I have for a beautiful community I'm a part of right now, which is the Persian community. And I decided, without realizing it, that it was something that was the first live. I may not seem it, but I was scared to death to show the courage to do this, because I thought to myself, can I do this? Well, the first thing I thought was, what are they going to think of me? How are they going to talk? What are they going to say? And it was just like many other people, like when you first become courage, you're scared to death what people are going to think of you. But I stepped out of my comfort zone and I started that. And I have been doing lives ever since. And then I think when I started doing these daily thoughts and sharing different topics, or a particular expanding of a topic, I wasn't sure if I could do this. What would people think of me? And I thought, that's what I wanted to do. And today, I'm still a little scared when I do a live every day. I still get a little bit, but I gather up the courage and I do these lives every single day. And this is what I share about my side of being courage. And now that I am hitting my 60s and I'm into a new stage in my life, that's where my courage will continue on. So let's do some quotes about courage. How's that, my lovely friends? It's just a few of one I've already shared. True courage is not absence of fear, but willingness to proceed in spite of it. Or this one by L. Frank Baum. True courage is in facing danger when you are afraid. True courage is a result of reasoning, a brave mind, and always impregnable? No, sorry, one more time. True courage is a result of reasoning. A brave mind is always impregnable. The next one by Jeremy Collier. All our dreams can come true if we have the courage to face them. So this is what I wanted to share today on my daily thoughts, Motivational Monday, on courage. I hope you enjoyed what I chatted with you all today. Thank you, Justin and Dwayne, for coming by and saying hello. I love you all so much. You give me the courage to carry on to do these daily thoughts every day. Have an awesome, beautiful day. My love to you all. Talk to you soon. Bye.